Soul Garden. Live, love, be.
Hello, Soul Healers, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. And this week, two great sponsors, both worth checking out. The first is 2012 Act 2 videos. I've been told I've done a great job on these, where I go over April, May, and June in depth in a Virgo detailed way. You can download them immediately at soulmart.me. Then secondly, the Guardian Agency, where I am with you in your back pocket 5 to 7 times a day. I've got your date of birth, I've got you down. Try it out. It's only 99 cents the first week at gatext.me. Now, it is a very, very intense month. That's the best way to put it. The sun in Aries is pushing all of us to have a quantum leap. For you, this is a quantum leap in your boundary perspective. All right? That is your philosophy behind, or reasoning behind, or as I say in boot camp, intentions behind your boundaries. What are the intentions behind your boundaries? You shifted intention. There's a new reason to draw lines now. And as we move into this week, you're going to get and nail down your philosophy for who's in, who's out, and what that's all about, and commit to it by the end of the week. However, on Monday, nothing feels like it's moving. That's because we have a grand square, which also known as a grand cross. This is a fear grid, basically, of what's going on inside of you. Let's first look at the Earth's global consciousness, though. In a big global way, it is our intuition and God versus ego and reality. That's never fun. And then our creative thinking and solution thinking against our emotional past. So how it should be versus what we think it should be. So it's a real stalemate. And really what you have to do is just hold space. Now let's go back to your planets and where it's hitting you. It's hitting you in a dynamic between, one, relationships and how you want to have good, comfy marriages, and then your ego, feeling strong. Can you do it? Can you move forward? Mars is retrograde, so you're not quite feeling that, or feeling it, if you will. On the other hand, Venus has now moved into Gemini, and this is a real part of the culprit, because this is you wanting to move ahead with career, legacy, and plans, but your emotions are maybe not feeling well cared for, or maybe you're feeling like you need more self-nurturing. So it's home versus career, marriage versus ego. Kind of classic. Now, like I said, the only thing you want to do is just hold space and get to Tuesday, because on Tuesday, everything breaks free. Jupiter rules the day, so it's a day of exploring and expanding boundaries. So now that you've got a framework, moving forward, trying things, trying if you're comfortable, kind of putting your toe in the water as far as trust is concerned, I think is what it's about. The moon's still in Sag, so you're still nesting and resting, but you're not so concerned about survival. And then the universe brings back a yod. In fact, what I call a dilated yod, because it's kind of spread in the back, but this is God basically giving you the finger, telling you where to head, in this case, 2 places. Basically, you know intellectually where you want your relationships to be. You just have to be willing to constantly change your boundaries to support it, says Uranus. So keep your vision of relationships, but be willing to rotate boundaries. That's the lesson of Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we go kind of crazy again. Things get held up in traffic. These are squares is what these are. On the one hand, working out fears between career and marriage. Can you have both? The answer is yes. Working out fears between career and ego. Can you do both? The answer is yes. There's fears, false evidence appearing real between all those situations. And this one, the granddaddy, we haven't seen this since 1929, all right? And it's a square between Uranus and Pluto. This time Pluto and Capricorn, last time Cancer. What it means is it's time to really break some major fear. By stepping into this new boundary zone, you are stepping into your new inner child and personal dreams, but you're stepping out of what was a whole system of joy. old definitions of joy, old kinds of people you were chasing after. And there's fears that come up between the old story of your inner child, perhaps the old wounded victim. That's over now if you want to go ahead and move forward in this new intimacy you see. The biggest thing, though, is Uranus rules the day, and so it's going to be breakdown. There'll be a breakthrough, and I think it's if you face these fears. Now, for those of you who are watched over by me in the Guardian, I'm going to send past life with text, which were incredible, turns out. That was my hardest hit yet, as far as hitting formulas at the right time. And I'm going to face fears. We're going to look in your chart and try to see where there are fears from a past life bubbling up in this one, if you're watched over. Then on Thursday, the universe rings your bell. The moon crosses over Pluto, which that inner child drama kind of strums up. So you've got to let go of the old story. And what happens is if you do, or if you don't, either way, things get rattled. On the one hand, your beliefs get rattled, so what you believe in gets rattled. On the other hand, your ego gets rattled. But it's all a good rattle if you do it right. If you don't do it right, it's a negative rattle, right? Now, if you need help with your rattle, come on down to Soul Mart's office hours. We'll be live on Thursday and also Tuesday as well at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Our Soul Mart practitioners are on webcams just like this, Master One Feather and Carolyn Nagel. And now they are empowered with coupon codes. If you make it on camera, we're going to give you some coupons to buy personal private readings, because these are obviously broadcast on the internet. But come on down, it's a good time. Then on Friday things get very quiet. After up down, it's slide into home, just very quiet. Venus rules the day, so that's restoring balance and order. You are having a fun day. It's a creative day. It's a fun Friday for you. Probably your best date night is Friday. The moon is still in the house of inner child and focusing on that. This is an opposition that's going to come to a head over the weekend. On the one hand, there is your new boundaries. On the other, it's what's it going to cost me? Right? What's it going to cost me is a big question. And you'll be still figuring out what it costs you for 2 months. I bring that up in the Act 2 videos in detail. But that starts to build intention on Friday. But otherwise, Friday is a great day. If you're around on Friday, don't forget SG Live is too at 11 a.m., our primetime hour of Soul Garden. And Carolyn Nagel, myself, and our Zodiac Director guest, Bernadette Morgan, is there talking Aries tricks and tips. So come on down and listen, log in, chat with us. And if you can't make it, it is recorded. A lot of people do watch it later. Is turning out, so that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Then on Saturday, it's a kind of a psychic spiritual day. It's like our Sabbath is Saturday. Sunday is more active this weekend. We're going to log into our higher self. For you, that's logging into maybe can I trust this, can I not? You know, that's I think probably what you'll be feeling out and rolling into clarity. The moon is now in Aquarius, so it's very hyper aware. It's a healing time. It's a getting integrity back to your system time. But what's most interesting is Mars moves direct very quietly in the background. So suddenly, ego, Virgo, all that stuff, Virgo 2.0, starts moving forward again. Courage spikes up. Suddenly, you're feeling confident. You're going to feel it. You might even go too far, so be careful. I'll be texting people to watch their mouth on that day. Then on Sunday, it's time to commit. What you're committing to is a new trust philosophy. And strangely enough, in the perfectly written astrological way, the universe wraps up a lot of stuff on the weekend too. The Yod happens, so this is the last day this shows up. This is once again saying, hey, you know the vision for your relationships, just stay flexible in your boundaries. And this opposition also comes to a head. You finally know what it's going to cost to kind of commit to this, and it's time to commit. So we wrap it all up on Sunday and dive in on Monday with with the final test. All right, Virgo, that's all I got for this 7-day forecast. So good of you to tune in. I'll see you in 7 more. Until then, live, love, be.